What's up, everybody? It's me, Thundercracker3 from Hole in the Wall Gaming, and I am starting off a little bit early. Eagles game was at halftime. It's in the third quarter now. I'm watching it on my other monitor while I jump into some Odyssey. A lot of contracts and such, and a lot of travel I gotta do in this game, so I figured I'd start early because I want them to run out. So we're gonna pick up right where we left off last night. I am in Fuckus, and I am gotten all the synchronization points. I have some loose bounties and contracts and such to clean up. Also need to do the missions, and a battle has opened up for me as well. So just do some cleanup before we advance the storyline. At least that's the hope. As always, our load time's the bane of our existence. Well, play action Ertz. I mean Ertz. For a first, I like it.
Third and 1, and Philadelphia's come out with a little jump to their step.
We need this win here, boys. Let's go.
They're going to read this guy here, and he collapses and pulls it out, and then he's able to get the ball to Ertz for an easy first down on the edge.
Ajayi trying to find some room, and it's a flag down. Ajayi for 6.
Illegal use of hands to the face, number 91, defense. Really will be added into the play. First down.
That'll set up first and goal.
91, Stephen Weatherly. He's the guy who caused the
wow, this always expires.
earlier that Linville Joseph got.
This has got 2 hours left to kill the
He's
Bandits.
going up against Lane Johnson there.
That's a long
at the
ways
right
away.
tackle position. So we're going to move it a little bit closer. Jeff Stoutland, the offensive line coach for the Eagles, he must have had a conversation with this offensive line and got them a little motivated because they have really run the ball well to open up this second half.
Ajayi carries, and ball is out. Vikings say they have it, and they do. And this promising drive for the Philadelphia Eagles comes to a crashing end with Jay Ajayi putting it on the ground.
Just talk to her, and she's 800 meters away.
Looked like he lost it before Kendricks got there. Vikings have it, up 14.
Computer order.
Look around. With artificial intelligence, we are not crawling or walking. We are flying. Microsoft AI helps an architect bring history back to life. This is now. AI helps farmers grow more food with less resources. An engineer explores how AI could help the deaf see sound. Innovation creates tomorrow, and tomorrow is here today.
A better SUV dares to ask why not. Like, why not versatile? Master of all seasons, all the prizes kind of versatile. Why not turn up the comfort? First class comfort. Why not make it rugged?
Real rugged.
But also smart. And of course, reliable. Friend picking you up at midnight, reliable. And why not end with a big statement? Honda, awarded Best SUV Brand for 2018.
Corona Hotline.
Hey, Tony, help us out. Was that last play a catch?
Catch. If it was up to me, they'd all be catches. Just grab a Corona with your friends and have fun.
Thanks, Tony. You said it was a catch.
What?
Call now to find your game day beach.
Is someone trying to get my attention? Huh? How about we head into town? Bound to be some young blood looking for a cousin.
I've never lost a debate on Undisputed.
Come on, Skip.
We want easy villains and easy heroes.
You gotta earn this.
Speak for yourself. Weekdays at 3 Eastern on FS1.
Today's game is sponsored by Corona Extra. Find your beach.
Aerial coverage is brought to you by State Farm. There is Ajayi fumbled 4 times last year, regular and postseason. The Eagles have the most fumbles in the NFL with 14 now, 7 of them lost. The Eagles moving in. For the first and goal, Ajayi puts it on the ground. This one is to
You can't lock on for anything.
And in the open field, Adam Thielen spins down inside the 30. That is 68 yards on the first play after the fumble.
Pretty incredible, too. Fletcher Cox is right in the face of Kirk Cousins, and somehow he's still able to get the ball out. And Jalen Mills, who was victimized last week in that loss to Tennessee, he gives up a big play with the offense backed up, taking a shot. And what a play by Cousins to get that out and on the money.
Well, that's history for Adam Thielen, this undrafted player out of Minnesota State. That is 5 straight 100-plus yard days receiving to start the year. That has never happened in the history of the league. Adam Thielen, big play.
Rated M for mature.
Okay, so we're going climbing.
Play new content first on PS4.
PlayStation.
I've been looking for you. I saw your message. What's up?
I want to travel to the festival to see. The merriment always draws a fine crowd.
Then why don't you go?
Bandits have set up camp along the path there, preying on wealthy festival goers. And that's not even to speak of the beasts plaguing the area.
And you want me to send them all to Hades?
The moment you realize your fridge is trying to tell you something.
At Lowe's, we sell more appliances than anyone else, so we can help you pick the right one.
You're dead.
Shop Lowe's
You can
and
leave
get up to
everything to me.
35% off select appliance special values.
Alexa, play morning music.
You might be the only one who's ever seen the light of day I go. Wherever you will live.
Alexa, add bananas to my shopping list. Okay.
Yeah!
How many bears are there?
Adam Thielen becomes the first player in NFL history to have 5 straight 100-plus yard receiving days to begin the year. He had been tied with Hall of Famer Randy Moss, the guy who you can make a strong case to be a Hall of Famer, Isaac Bruce. Coming into the day, he's already over 100. Here's one down the seam, and that's Diggs to the 2. And so close to yet another score
elixir made from this.
from Kirk Cousins.
Well, Diggs comes off the ball. He runs an excellent route. He gets him turned around, Sidney Jones. But look what Kirk Cousins does. He pumps to the right to get the safety to move just enough to open up the lane and try to avoid a collision. The free safety in the middle overran it. Diggs had a free shot at catching the ball uncontested.
Cousins has been outstanding. Here's Rock Thomas swallowed up in the backfield.
Well, what a change of events. I mean, you've got Jay Ajayi who fumbles the ball when they're going in to score and to make this a one-possession game, and then all of a sudden, one play later, anybody touching it just came out of his hands. And one play later, you're going to see Kirk Cousins hanging in the pocket, taking a big-time hit, and a double move on the outside by Adam Thielen gets Jalen Mills to bite. That's great execution, and Kirk Cousins has been on fire.
Second and goal. Cousins protected pass to Treadwell, broken up. And out on the edge, it was Mills in coverage who got his hand in there. But it's been the double move that's been his undoing through 4+ games now.
Yeah, and then as a corner, I can tell you start to lose confidence. And last year, he played well and did a nice job for them. And once quarterbacks and offensive coordinators, smell blood in the water, they're coming after you, and they're going to keep throwing in your direction, and it's hard to withstand that.
Have you killed
Here
them?
He is right here
I took care of them. Every last one.
Rudolph.
You've set great things in motion. Take
Cousins
this as
rolls
thanks.
that way.
That'll do.
Pass is broken up, and Mills made the play on Thielen. And the two of them go face to face. Defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz said that I am firmly behind Jalen Mills as a corner, and followed that up with one of the biggest reasons why we had a big parade on Broad Street.
This one is not an easy one, but I'm going to try it again because I failed miserably the first time.
He made a couple of plays there at the end of this drive to force the field goal try. And this one is good. Bailey 2 out of 4 on the day, and it's 20-3 here in Philadelphia. Ajayi put it on the ground with his Eagles going in, and the Vikings turned it in to 3 points.
Captain, waiting your orders. Admiral Burov is staging a coup.
So I scouted this whole thing up last time. I think they would just beat it for me, but they
It's the
didn't.
most aggressive military buildup in Russian history.
There aren't too many training simulations for this one.
Go, go, go! Torpedoes in the water! You are authorized to protect your crew.
They start a war today!
Wait for impact!
Hunter Killer, rated R, in theaters October 26th.
A moment of joy, a source of inspiration, an act of kindness, an old friend, a new beginning, some welcome relief, or a cause for celebration. What's inside? Possibilities. What we deliver.
Let's hope no
by
one notices
delivering.
me.
Are we gift wrapping this?
No thanks, it's for me. I need it really big.
Dad, where are you?
I'm orbiting planet Chicago.
Shouldn't you be weightless?
What? Well, I'm going out for a spacewalk.
Me too.
You want to stay close to home, even when you're away. We help your money keep up. Visa, everywhere you want to be.
Les Miserables. The world's most popular musical is now on tour, direct from Broadway. This breathtaking production has left both audiences and critics awestruck. Experience the musical phenomenon. Les Miserables.
Coming to the Hippodrome Theater October 9th through the 14th. Tickets available at BaltimoreHippodrome.com now.
First things first. Weekday mornings on FS1.
Today's game is sponsored by the new 2019 Ford Edge ST, the first SUV from Ford Performance, and by Burger King. All new juicy, crispy chicken tenders are now available. Try yours today only at Burger.
Welcome back to Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, where the Vikings are having all the fun so far, leading by 17. It's America's Team of the Week. Adam Thielen, another huge game. The numbers just keep piling up for that undrafted receiver out of Minnesota State. DeAndre Carter will bring it. Full head of steam and tripped up short of the 25.
Go back to that big play on the, or here's where the third down when they had to settle for the field goal. Jalen Mills and a lot of jawing going on, and even amongst the Eagles themselves. You're going to have Fletcher Cox and Jalen Mills. They go at it. And I think Fletcher Cox just wants him to get over the sidelines after giving up that big play. And they had a talk over on the sidelines and made amends with everything. But a lot of frustration with all those players on how this season has started out.
Made up but get has had a rough start to the season. For 23, it's a false start on Aguilar.
False start, number 13, offense, 5-yard penalty, just first down.
I want to make a comment about where these two teams sit. Anybody who says this is a must-win game for either one of these two teams isn't paying attention to the other teams in those divisions. Nobody's going to run away with either one of the North or the East. This is not a must-win game, but for Philadelphia, the must is they must get something going rhythm-wise on offense. And after the false start, an incompletion for Zach Ertz.
It's hard, you know. Offensive football is rhythm, it's momentum, tempo, and confidence. And when you're by that much, this offense throughout the year is challenging because every play becomes. When you're really rolling as an offense, you're not even looking at down and distance as a quarterback. You're just reading the defense and making throws. And you know, I made the golf analogy earlier. It's a lot like that as a golfer. When you're really playing well, you're not thinking about anything other than just hitting good shots. And when you're struggling, everything becomes hard.
Second and 15, pass is behind Ertz. There's a flag in the secondary, and Ertz hops out of bounds with a big first down. Eagles utilize their tight ends. Pass game more than any other team. Here's a ball.
Holding number 20, defense.
That's on Mackenzie Alexander, number 20. They get him holding Alshon Jeffrey, and then here's the route by Ertz. And just a shallow crosser and in the zone, and they turn him loose. But that's a good start for them. They get the first down and see what they can do. You know, they had the momentum to start this second half, and the fumble just took the air right out of them.
Wentz keeps, throws, Jeffrey inside Viking territory to the 35. Here come the Eagles right back, a gain of 31.
That's so good by Carson Wentz. Again, I mean, I've been saying it throughout this game. He's got people in his face, but Alshon Jeffrey, he just sits down. Nobody's there in the middle. He gives Wentz a target, but they bring Harrison Smith off the edge, and immediately there they are right in his lap. But he's able to find Jeffrey and deliver a good ball.
That's the first catch for Alshon Jeffrey after his best day as an Eagle statistically last week at Tennessee. Jason Peters checked out after that last play. Vitae is in left tackle. They won the Super Bowl with Vitae at left tackle. Aguilar makes the catch at the 15.
Well, they go trips to the field, and the Vikings are playing coverage. Safeties, and so Wentz is going to work that side. Instead of trying to go back, he's got a single receiver at the top, and they turn Aguilar loose to the boundary. Now they're starting to look like something.
couple of possessions, they've been able to move it. Last time fumbled at the 5. First down at 15. Blitz here with Harris. He backs out. He's in trouble. There goes Daniil Hunter.
We were talking to Mike Zimmer last week, and he said if Hunter could ever develop an inside move, he'll be unstoppable. Well, he just developed one because instead of the speed rush around the edge, he comes underneath. Great job. They have 5 times in there, and it's just no matchup.
Peters on the side. They're looking at his elbow. Sam Hollywood left guard. Halapuli Vaitai at left tackle. Quick wrapped up by Hughes. Been impressed with the rookie getting the start out of the corner from Will Waynes.
Yeah, I liked him coming out of college when he was going into the draft, and you know they have on there in the secondary. They have first round in that group, and Mike Hughes, who was working more as a slot guy, and he got to play the outside with Wayne. Zimmer, because of some of the struggles, was saying, I talked to Terrence Williams, who had been there, and now he's on the spot. But that's impacted this group a little bit as well.
Hughes with a team-high 5 tackles. Wentz, Smallwood, long way to go. And can't break that second tackle. He's to the 10. It's 4th down. And what's Doug Peterson going to do? He's going to kick it.
Yeah, I was going to say, even for Doug, I think you have to get the points. The crowd's disappointed, but you know, in order to cut this to 14 points, still plenty of time. But hey, give the Vikings some credit. The Eagles have gotten the ball down here a few times, and they've tightened up and haven't given up much.
The Eagles need 3 scores. They hope this is one of them. 28-yard try by Elliott. And he knocks it through to make it a 14-point game. Doug Peterson didn't want to kick it. He likes to go for it, but we got a kick. Elliott good from 28.
Not long ago, Rhonda started here. And then more jobs began to appear. These techs in a lab, this builder in a hard hat, the welders and electricians who do all of that. The diner stacked up because they all needed lunch. Teachers, doctors, jobs grew a bunch. What started with one job spread all around because each job in energy creates many more in this town. Energy lives here.
At Chipotle, our guac is always hand-mashed. Our fresh adobo chicken is grilled right in front of you. And our chips are prepared fresh every day. So in our kitchens, you won't find things like heat lamps, freezers, or microwaves. Because our kitchen's for, you know, cooking. Real ingredients, real flavor. Chipotle.
Who's this guy?
I'm Aaron's agent.
Yeah, his agent, Gabe.
He's my State Farm agent. We just combined his home health insurance.
Well, I was not expecting to get an arch rival today. Here we are.
Shit! Out! Must not burn through!
Faith in deity.
They have to be stopped.
Just give me someone I can fight for.
We can end it. I know we can.
NASCAR Race Up, weeknight, 6 p.m. Eastern on FS1.
First things first, weekday mornings on FS1.
Today's game is sponsored by Verizon. The best unlimited is on Verizon, America's most affordable network.
After the field goal by Elliott, the Vikings about to get it back. 14-point game here in Philadelphia with 2:57 left on America's Game of the Week here in the third quarter. Holden Hill is waiting for the kick from Elliott. Touchback. Saturday, Minnesota is gunning for a huge upset. They take on Dwayne Haskins and the number 3 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. It all starts at noon Eastern on FS1 and Fox Sports app. The offensive leaders, Cousins, has been terrific. 22 of 28, 246, a touchdown. Stephon Diggs has run it for 25. And had a big day through the air, but the biggest belongs to Adam Thielen. It is 110 yards and a touchdown. Pass is high for Thielen.
Joe, you mentioned Stephon Diggs and his 25 yards rushing. He leads the Vikings in rushing. If you take away his 25 yards, they only have run the ball for 30 yards. No one really has been able to do anything. It's like I talked about. Even though they were up 17-3 at halftime, you say, well, you know, are they going to be able to run the ball? Well, they haven't been able to run the ball. And now with it still a 2-possession game, and we still got plenty of time, they have. It's an unfortunate position that they're in right now, that they still have to run or throw the ball in order to move the ball.
Here's a toss to Rock Thomas. Nothing goes backward, and your point is well taken. The good teams, when they get up late, can hand the ball off, run down the clock, and win the game. And the
I just burned 2 war supplies. How am I not getting credit for
these? I agree with John DeFilippo. You have to do. You can't sit on this, so you have to do what you can do. And like we just saw, they just lost yardage running the ball, and now they've got a 3rd and long. But they can't let up. They've got to continue to play their game, and their game is Kirk Cousins.
Third down and 12. Pressure. Pass underneath. Murray survives one hit. Short of the first. Went around Rasul Douglas, but eventually help arrived. And it's a quick series and a quick 3 and out.
That's a good job by Jim Schwartz's unit. The Eagles starting to get some confidence offensively, and they've had 2 good drives, and they just got to find a way to punch it into the end zone. But forcing the punt, getting the ball back into their hands quickly, that's nice work.
That's the first 3 and out for the Vikings all day. Comes at a good time for the Eagles. High hanging punt by Weil, and it goes backward out of bounds at the 34. So the Eagles right back to work on offense, and we'll be right back after this from Geico.
When I was shopping for car insurance, the choice was easy. I switched to Geico for 100s. That's a win, but it's not the only reason I switched. Hi. Geico has licensed agents who I can reach 24/7. Great savings and round-the-clock service. Now that's a win-win.
Winner, winner.
Yay, me. Oh, hi. Good luck.
Switch to Geico. It's a win-win.
As Wentz comes back out there, he's got the crowd behind him, and he's got his 9-time Pro Bowl left tackle back in the lineup as Jason Peters returns.
Jason Peters been dealing with the quad injury, and with last week's game going into overtime, he got fatigued. He just wore down in that game against Tennessee. But well, he's still, with him being in his 15th year, he's a big man. Well, what a career he has had.
He's torn both Achilles tendons and an ACL last year. Missed the fun in January and February as Wentz somehow ducks through it and turns it into a positive play. That's 6'5", 237, avoiding the sack. Let's go down to Aaron Andrews.
Well, the Eagles are saying Jay Ajayi is questionable with a knee. He is on the sidelines trying to get back. And when you speak about running backs, Darren Sproles, who played in week 1 but has been out since then with a hammy, is one they certainly miss. VP of Football Operations Howie Roseman telling me they needed this guy to sign in the offseason. They got him to. He said, I was like Nick Saban in Alabama, going for a #1 recruit. I wanted this guy back on my team, and he wants to be back out there.
Good protection. Pass is caught by Ertz. Here comes Philadelphia.
Well, this time they were able to shore things up in the middle. That's been hard to come by for him, and yet Wentz isn't letting it impact him. He's still hanging in the pocket, looking down the field. He's not staring down the rush. Ertz, who does a really good job of being quarterback friendly and giving his guy a place to go with the football.
That was a lot of fun. 2 new mercenaries.
Smallwood left side,
Awesome.
trying to get the corner. Good run. Wendell is not a big guy, 5'10", 208. But he's good for 9. It's been a frustrating game for the home team so far, but there is life. There is hope on America's Game of the Week. They trail by 14, but they're on the move. Back after this from your local Fox station.
Always inspired. So...
It's time. Time for a new kind of cloud. The IBM cloud. The cloud that proactively protects your business from threats instead of just reacting to them. That lets you modernize and move more of your apps without rewriting. That unlocks insights from all your data and puts it to work with AI. Get a faster, more secure journey to the cloud. The IBM Cloud. The cloud for smarter business.
Doctor. Complete all case.
Not all opinions are created equal.
I wouldn't say I'm wrong.
The Herd with Colin Coward. Weekdays on FS1.
I've never lost a debate on Undisputed.
Come on, Skip.
Footy should be... Where is Photius? Why is it not showing up on the map? Where Photius at? Why can't I implant combat?
How you doing? Our show has a great mix of heart and humor. Hot Topics brings us all together. And I love Ask Wendy. It's my chance to get down with the people.
1.800 meters
So
up.
grab a snack and come on back.
Weekdays at 11 on Fox 5.
One sport, one network.
I was
Tennis
close.
Channels.
Point of the tournament.
For the most tennis on the planet, watch Tennis Channel and Tennis Channel everywhere.
Nobody can say that Jay Ajayi isn't tough. He's playing with a fractured transverse process in his back. That is a small fracture in his back. Aaron told us he's dealing with a knee injury now. Big fumble in this second half. And you see the total yardage is starting to even out as we wait for a 2nd and 1.
Well, they had only 91 yards at halftime. They had almost 175 there in the third quarter. 2nd and short. You know, this is a good time to take a shot if you want to take one, Doug.
Look at Wentz on the quarterback draw for the first down.
Alexios, get over here, you spineless jellyfish, you.
For this Eagles team down here, not quite
Good
into the
moves.
red zone.
Found the
29-yard
sapphires.
line, but still, when you
Should
get
I
down
ask why they're bloody?
this close,
The priest couldn't cut it
what
as
ended up
thieves.
costing them last week? They've had
You
some
said you'd
struggles,
do
and
it
it's
for
what
free.
cost them here this
But
afternoon.
we both know that was horse shit. Here, take this.
Here, old man.
Here's a little trinket from the treasure.
Out of the shotgun, Wentz.
Let's hope
Time
not,
running
or
out.
you'll send another mercenary after me. Goodbye, Fortios.
If you ever see that dog Marcos again, tell him you demand minimum wage.
In this game on that 64-yard return, Joseph forces Wentz out with a 2-yard gain.
He's got a little pep in his step after scoring that touchdown, but
I mean, I'm on a 14 to 118. How's this? They are lower.
I don't see
it
anything to suggest that he's hindered at all coming off of his injury. He slides around. It certainly has been tested here in the last 3 games.
Like, that's...
Quick throw, Aguilar out on the edge and hit from behind, spins a yard shy of a first down. Let's get a game break. Here's Kurt Menefee.
Well, after getting first and goal from the 1-yard line, the Rams took 3 chances, but they just kept running Todd Gurley. The 3rd time was the charm. He ties the game with his 2nd score of the contest. Joe, Troy, Aaron, and Mike.
I don't want to change the wool set because I definitely want that up.
We will return Mike to you at some point. Till then, he's ours. 3rd down and 1 here.
Oh, yeah, that was a perfect call by Doug Peterson. The Vikings brought pressure, and Smallwood didn't help his quarterback out at all. Wentz took a pretty good hit once again.
3rd down and 1. Play action. And this one is just floated out of bounds. It's 4th down, and history tells you Doug Peterson will go for it, and he will.
I think that was his thinking all along, Joe. He knew once they got down here when it was 3rd and short that they were going to see if they could maybe get a shot, knowing that they could come back to a call that he feels good about here on 4th and 1. I know that they replaced Stefan Wisniewski with Isaac Seumalo, but he's given up a lot of pressures, and he did again on that last play.
Play clock is at 5. And Peterson on the sideline called timeout.
That's not good execution. When you're looking at a game like this, you're down 14 points, and you got to burn a timeout. That'll come back to haunt him here as this game unfolds.
Talked about that hit that Carson Wentz took a moment ago on the throw to Aguilar. Here it is.
That's Sheldon Richardson, or excuse me, that was on the 2nd down call when he got it out.
And then this 3rd down and 1 play, I guess you can say it was in the direction of Zach Ertz, but there was just nothing out there.
Nothing there. Well played by the Vikings. So even though that here in the 2nd half, like I said, the 3rd quarter was good, really good for the Eagles in getting some momentum offensively, but they just have been unable to cash in, and now obviously a big 4th down right here with under 13 minutes to play.
This is the 5th time in this game the Eagles have been on the Vikings side of the 50. And they have 6 points so far to show for the first 4 trips into Minnesota territory. 4th down and 1. Pass is caught. Jeffrey, his 2nd of the game, and a big one to keep the football.
Boy, I'll say, because this is good coverage by Xavier Rhodes, and that ball was on a rope. And you've got to have some pretty good agility to come out of that and make a play with that ball coming the way that it was. That's a great job. I was looking to see if the ball was moving or what happened, but he secured the catch. That's great execution between those two. You don't think they've missed Alshon Jeffrey when they started this season?
A guy with 9 career touchdowns against the Vikings, former Chicago Bear. His 2nd game back. And this one in his direction, incomplete. Little did we know that Alshon was playing with a torn rotator cuff all of last year. He got it operated on at the end of the season. And it took him through the first couple of games this year to get medical clearance to get back on the field. Coming off his best game First 100-yard game as an Eagle last week.
I always buy the crafting materials off these guys because, frankly, you never know when you're going to need them. Upgrades cost money, people. Upgrades cost money.
2nd and 10. Smallwood.
Touchdown Eagles. There we go. Back in this game.
The officials get together. The signal was touchdown. But then another official ran over, and so they talk about it. Harrison Smith got on the ball when it popped out at the end, but let's take another look. Here's the call.
It's a touchdown.
Have a good day. You can see the wheel route here by Smallwood, and Eric Hendricks, number 54, he has to be the one in coverage. He takes a flat angle. He's expecting maybe a flat route. He's not anticipating that Smallwood is going to take it up the sideline, and so he gets a step on him, and really a nice throw by Carson Wentz for the touchdown.
Well, Mike Pereira, they'll look at this because it's a scoring play, but a change from a year ago. A catch, 2 feet, the ability to make another football act. What do you think? I think catch.
Well, I think what you take a look at, I'm trying to put it into the criteria. So you have to get actually control, 2 feet, and a football move. One of the things they say is turning upfield. So, in fact, he doesn't get 3 feet down. That's one of the categories. But did he turn upfield, which it looks to me like he did?
I agree, Mike. And you know, he has the catch, 2 feet, football move. And I thought when he turned, I agree with you and obviously that's what they are saying.
How about this? Doug Peterson's going to go for 2 here. To make it a 6-point game?
Yeah, I don't like this.
They're 1 for 1 on 2-point conversions. Here's a toss to the edge. Smallwood.
You got
it. 6-point game. He's not scared, Doug Peterson. Great effort by Wendell Smallwood. 20-14 Minnesota.
Opportunity is everywhere. Like here and here. See? Opportunity. Everywhere. About to be parents. Eating the basics. And this driver. Logging out to watch his kid hit one out of the Opportunity is everywhere. All you have to do to find it is get out. Here.
Captain, waiting orders. Admiral Durov is staging a coup.
Oh man, that sucked. I didn't think the water's that shallow. You got waterfalls, for Christ's sake.
Russian history. Not too many training simulations for this one.
Again.
You are authorized to protect your crew.
I'm just killing myself in these waterfalls. I'm gonna stop.
Wait for impact.
Hunter Killer rated R. And September 26th.
I got your message on the board. What's going on? Wait, you're a witch? Business rival?
Witches need to eat food. There's not so much magic to go around.
True story.
And you want me to strike her down?
Yes, I want her dead.
Two damn witch.
Icons. We're meant to be
You can
together.
count on me.
Nothing matches the flaming hot Fritos of the legendary Beefy Crunch Burrito better than the tropical lime storm of the Baja Blast. The perfect pairing for Taco Bell's latest $2 duo.
You can make it if you try. We want easy villains.
Take your time.
Easy heroes.
Polonius, Furbus, Forever, whatever your damn name is on that horse. Over here just struggling.
Today's game is sponsored by Uber. Doors are always opening.
Aerial coverage is brought to you by State Farm. Interesting call at the end of that possession by Doug Peterson to go for 2. I guess when you're leading in a Super Bowl and you do the Philly thing and you add to your lead against the Patriots, you can do anything you want. And instead of just kicking the extra point to make it a 7-point game, he goes for 2 and makes it. It's a 6-point game.
Yeah, and it took a great effort by Wendell Smallwood to convert on that 2 points because he was tackled. Sendejo misses the tackle, or Smallwood breaks it. But you take a look. Here's the 4th and short that they convert on with Alshon Jeffrey. He makes these catches look routine. That was outstanding work and body control. They come back to Smallwood for the touchdown when they get him one-on-one on Eric Kendricks. But the 2-pointer, Sendejo right there, had a chance to make the play, and they hit the pylon. Once it hits the pylon, it's good for 2. Mike Trout likes what he's saying.
No witnesses.
Ticket holder from Millville, New Jersey. Loving it.
None whatsoever.
The Eagles are coming back from the 25. Vikings will run it. Latavius Murray with a gain of 3.
Yeah, that's the Vikings' first run on first down in this second half, Joe. So they had only run it 29% of the time coming into the game on first down, but in the first half they ran it a fair amount on 1st and 10.
Yeah.
Then they'd gotten to where they were throwing the ball with the game on the line, trying to take some time off the clock. Not a bad gain, 3 yards, but they're going to have a hard time just dominating the line of scrimmage to keep up with that.
Ella.
2nd down and 7. Cousins play action, wide open. Diggs, what a catch! Stephon Diggs just caught up to the football on his way out of bounds for 13 yards. Wow.
Well, they secured Fletcher Cox, but they forgot about a couple other guys who met Kirk Cousins in the pocket. He had to just lay this out knowing he was going to get hit. The move at the top, that's where Diggs is impossible to defend. And once he is able to get to the top of the route and stick, he's so quick coming out of the breaks, he's wide open.
Crowder actually show that replay on the scoreboard. And there'll be a challenge by Doug Peterson to see if Diggs got both feet down. Catch, right foot, left foot. Looks good to us. We'll get the call when we come back.
At Chipotle, our guac is always hand-mashed. Our fresh adobo chicken is grilled right in front of you. And our chips are prepared fresh every day. So in our kitchens, you won't find things like lamps, freezers, or microwaves. Because our kitchen's for, you know, cooking. Real ingredients, real flavor. Chipotle, for real.
Have you killed her?
She's no longer your concern.
A moment of joy.
Gods were smiling on me the day
a
we
source
met.
of inspiration.
Please, take this.
All in a day's
An act
work.
of kindness. An old friend.
Okay.
A
Folks,
new beginning. Some welcome relief. Or a cause for celebration. What's inside? Possibilities. What we deliver by delivering.
Hey, it's iPhone season at Sprint, and that means you can get the amazing new iPhone XS.
And it has a 5.8-inch Super Retina OLED display. Now that's a reason to party!
Wait! And did you know it's on a network built for unlimited?
iPhone!
There's never been a better time to try our network, so switch to Sprint and we'll give you a new iPhone XS to use with eligible trade-in. That's right, $0 per month on us.
Alexa, play morning music.
You might be the only one
Watch the claws.
who's ever seen the light of the day I go. Wherever you will live.
Alexa, add bananas to my shopping list. Okay.
This is going really well.
Yeah, so I guess you've heard that.
You mean that whole...
I still have a lot of these quests to do, man. It's crazy.
And I'm actually a chess painter.
Geico, an official partner of Major League Baseball.
Not on the profile.
Well, this one was not a good challenge. Diggs takes 3 steps inbounds. Doug Peterson knew it, and he's going to be down to 1 timeout. They confirmed the call, and that was an easy one. The crowd reacted, and they have helped push Doug Peterson into a challenge, but that could be costly. First down, Minnesota. Only their 3rd first down of this half. Murray got 1. Play made by Leroy Reynolds.
It's a lot of pressure on Kirk Cousins. You know, when you don't have any kind of running game at all, and you just have to rely on your ability to get the ball out. Remember, going back to when they started this game, they anticipated having trouble running the ball against this defensive front. A lot of quick passes, a lot of wide receiver screens. Use it as an extension of the running game. And
this is where the deer are.
2nd and long, but I think we'd start to see more of that as they start trying to wind the clock down.
Brock Thomas back there next to Cousins. This is dropped. Was it a forward pass? Might be live. If it's a lateral, it's a live ball.
I think it is, Joe.
And it belongs to Philly. It's a turnover, so it will be looked at. And Nigel Bradham is at the bottom of that pile with a football.
Take a look at it. You see where Cousins is, where he throws it, and that's clearly behind.
Excuse me for a minute, folks. I take that.
Lateral. Smart job here by the Eagles jumping on that ball. A lot of times you'll see this, the ball hits the ground and defenders just stop, but that's outstanding work by Nigel Bradham going after it and then securing it once it was on the ground.
So the rookie couldn't make the catch. And for the Eagles, that's their first takeaway of the day. It's their 5th of the season. That's it. As they're playing in their 5th game, but man, is that huge. They had 31 takeaways a year ago, 4th most across the league. Down by 6.
Well, you're without Dalvin Cook, Joe, and you're relying on some young players. You've got Latavius Murray and then some other guys, and it's tough on the young man.
Let's see what Yellow Jedi produces. Flag is down. There's yellow on the flag, and Ajayi is down inside the 25. Gain of 6 for the moment.
Illegal formation on the offense. Wide receiver covered up the tight end. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
It's the 2nd time that's been called against Philadelphia in this game. And let's go back to the lateral.
Yeah, and what would be interesting to know is if this was intended, and I can't imagine it was intended to be. It's a running back screen. But was it intended to be thrown as a backwards lateral? That's the question. The ball's coming out quick. Was Rock Thomas, was he too deep on his release? Should he have been flatter? You know, but he simply dropped the ball. But by design, it's a live ball, and that's the unfortunate part of it.
Wentz, little push off, no flag, incomplete to Jeffrey. Working against Rhodes.
Yeah, Rhodes has been working against Jeffrey throughout this game, and Rhodes this season, he typically does. He goes with the #1 receiver, and you know, last week he had Brandon Cooks, and that's a tough assignment. Devontae Adams with Green Bay and Kelvin Benjamin, and now he's got Alshon Jeffrey, and that's a pretty good matchup between those two.
That's life as a 2017 All-Pro for Xavier Rhodes.
Free play.
Looked like Vikings came across, and they're going to blow it dead. Instead of a free play with players bearing down.
Neutral zone infraction, number 91, defense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2 down.
Mike Pereira, the reason they do this falls into the category of protection as well. Instead of a free play with guys coming after Carson Wentz, they just blow it dead.
And exactly, and they were told that this week, Joel, that if he gets across the neutral zone to go ahead and shut the thing down, that they would rather them lean to shutting it down versus letting the quarterback be susceptible to a hit.
It was Weatherly who's made an impact, forced the fumble that led to the touchdown.
All right, so I know where that is.
In the first half, it came across.
Why you're gonna send me all the way pretty much out
Get that 5 yards back as Wentz gets the ball out. There are no whistles
back at it
on the field. The officials come together, and now finally Walt Coleman says incomplete. Well, these two officials came together, and there was some indecision, to say the least. And now they throw a flag. Let's take a look.
Intentional grounding, number 11, offense. 10-yard penalty, loss of down, third down.
Mike Pereira,
he's down. He's in the grass.
Does that look like a forward pass?
You know, Joe, yeah, I do think it is. And yes, intentional grounding, just from the standpoint alone, is that he's already been wrapped up, so he's starting to throw the ball. It's on his own. He's responsible for it, and they're still going to talk about it. But that would put it into the category of intentional grounding.
But saying not a fumble.
9:23, please.
And they're going to add more time to the clock. And Troy, that was Daniil Hunter, who was draped all over Carson Wentz.
Daniil Hunter and Stephen Weatherly were both back there on him. I mean, that's obviously he's going to get sacked if he doesn't try to get the ball out. So the penalty in and of itself was nothing. But right now they are in Jake Elliott's range. And if you're Carson Wentz, yeah, if you got a shot and you can pick up the first down, great. But otherwise, just complete the pass, can't take a sack here, and try to help Elliott on a field goal attempt if they're unable to convert.
Just running around here.
Third down and 20.
A wolf's den. Kill the alpha animal.
Over the middle, Jeffrey can't hang on, and it's incomplete. And you're looking at a 58-yard try from this spot. If Doug Peterson goes that route, it's fourth down. Big hit by Harrison Smith.
Yeah, big hit. They played zone coverage there, and that might have been Carson Wentz's best throw.
Right now, Doug Peterson's keeping his offense out there. Elliott has hit from 61. And a timeout's taken on the other side defensively by the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. Simpson, they're thinking, what the heck is going on here?
It's inside the field goal range for Jake Elliott. And the irony of it all is because of that kind of head-scratching two-point conversion that Doug Peterson went for a moment ago. A good field goal makes this a three-point game. I'm really interested to see what the Eagles do here after the timeout.
Well, I am too. I mean, at 4th and 20, I think everybody looks like maybe Jake Elliott might be kind of warming up the legs and give it a shot. We've seen when he hit the 61-yarder last year, so he's done it before, and he's done it in some pretty critical situations. 20, the odds of converting this. Next time.
They need the Freddie Mitchell play. It was good on 4th and 26 here against Green Bay. Instead of trying to draw them offside, it's not going to work. And they're just going to punt it. So passing on the 58-yard try is Doug Peterson. They'll punt. Here's Kurt with a game break.
Well, good news and bad news for the Rams at Seattle. This is Todd Gurley's 3rd rushing touchdown of the day, but they missed the extra point, and to make things worse, both Brandon Cooks and Cooper Kupp are out for the rest of the game with concussions. Seattle leads it 31-30 in the 4th. Joe?
All right, Kurt, thanks. And now there's more indecision by the Eagles, or somebody, I guess Ertz wasn't out there for the punt. I mean, this has been kind of a head-scratching series of events here, and not getting the 5-yard penalty, I think, cemented in Doug Peterson's mind he wouldn't go for it, or the field goal.
Well, I knew they couldn't use the timeout. I mean, when they're out there, surely they're not going to burn a timeout and put the field goal team out there, but we'll see.
Vikings get it back, up 6.
The moment you realize your fridge is trying to tell you something.
At Lowe's, we sell more appliances than anyone else, so we can help you pick the right one.
Shop Lowe's and get up to 35% off select appliance special values.
A better SUV dares to ask why not. Like, why not versatile? Master of all seasons, all the prizes kind of versatile. Why not turn up the comfort? First class comfort. Why not make it rugged?
Real rugged.
But also smart. And of course, reliable. Friend picking you up at midnight, reliable. And why not end with a big statement? Honda, awarded Best SUV Brand for 2018.
Opportunity is everywhere. Like here. And here. See? Opportunity. Everywhere. About to be parents. Meeting the parents. And this driver. Logging out to watch his kid get one out of. Opportunity is everywhere. All you have to do to find it is get out. Here.
I think it's unwise for a man to revere the Dios. He angered Zeus and the other gods, after all.
Doug Peterson, Troy, has to like what he sees out of his defense right now. Why not? Instead of trying a 58-yarder, we were here when Jake Elliott hit from 61 to the other end of the field to beat the Giants last year. He punts it away, and the Vikings take over at their 11. Up by 6. Cousins finds Rudolph. To the 14.
I think what went into that decision, Joe, to punt is Jake Elliott on the year. He's 0 for 2 from 40 yards or more, and knowing that you're giving up a lot of field position if you miss that kick. And I think he was trying to draw the Vikings off sides, pick up 5 more yards. And I think had he been able to do that, he probably then takes a chance. As I said, he's missed 40 or more twice. Let's go! But the defense has played, you know, this is the odds are more in his favor doing it the way he's doing it.
Die, dog! 2nd and 7 and a big run by Latavius Murray for a first down. Just as a final note about Elliott, he is 5 for 7 in his career in 54 yards. He stayed loose to try to stay loose with 8 minutes to go.
He's pretty happy about that. I'm saying, hey, we got a first down.
Murray 8 carries, 32. Gets it again. A nice gain on first down of 5. Going through the plays on the call once he got dialed up at 2nd and 5.
We talked about him as the quarterback coach for 6 years in Philadelphia. He grew up here in Philadelphia. As you said, his dad being the AD in Villanova. He's at home right here in this area. I think he's really done a nice job with the Vikings offense. Pat Shermer certainly did when he went on to the coach, but DeFilippo has been awfully good.
Pressure. Cousins somehow finds Thielen. Cousins ends up on the ground, but Thielen's got enough for a Viking first down with 7:03 left.
And that's why when you boot to the quarterback's right if he's right-handed, so you can get the ball out quickly. If it's to the left, you have no chance. And so he comes around. You have to anticipate the defensive end getting up the field. Brandon Graham is there, and Thielen, who's able to get open. That's a sigh of relief by Kirk Cousins, but that's good work on his part with great anticipation on the play and getting the ball out.
Good hit on the end of it by Graham. Thielen now 7 catches, 116 yards, and a touchdown. Handoff is to Murray. Remember, the Eagles with the challenge and an early timeout in this second half. They have only one left.
Well, I don't know if we're at that point yet, Joe, with 6 minutes to play, but whether you're a great defense or you want to claim to be a great offense, whatever it is, it's in these moments when you step up and you make plays. It's a one-possession game. If the Eagles are the defense that they want to be or that they think they are, then they make a stop and they don't relinquish any points on this drive.
Good protection. Nowhere to go until now with Murray. And Latavius Murray.
How do you let him get up there on 2nd and 7 to 3rd and 1?
Half a yard short of a first down by Fletcher Cox.
That's a bad missed tackle by Sidney Jones as a corner, and he has a chance to make a play and not make this as short as it is. You're going to see.
That's the cave. And this is the area that they really go to.
Latavius Murray with the ball, and Sidney Jones just whiffs. And it's Fletcher Cox, being the all-pro that he is, who runs him down.
The Vikings do not have a successful 3rd down conversion this half. They need one here. A full yard.
Big play here, folks. Let's get that delayed game.
Cousins keeps, flips, Rudolph with a catch.
I mean, you had to see that was. Oh my goodness, he's
out of bounds at the 39.
Come on, Eagles.
3rd
and 1, we're going to have 25, 30 yards.
Like the left foot of Rudolph hit the boundary, but a gain of 17.
Watch Rudolph. He has to work through the line as they go play action. He's got to fight through all that mess, and then he gets lost. And Eric Kendricks, who appeared to be the one responsible for him, is not able to stay with him as he gets lost in the congestion and wide open for the first down.
It was the right foot that hit out at the 39. Vikings are already at the edge.
Can we get a sack, please?
Edge of field goal range for Bailey. I don't know that there's a lot of confidence there from Mike Zimmer. Here's Latavius Murray.
I think you're right.
Gain of 2. Thursday night, the Eagles are right back at it. And they are on the road to take on their division rival, the New York Giants. A heartbreaking loss for the Giants today in Carolina. It's all right here on Fox. Starts at 7:30 Eastern on Fox, NFL Network, and streaming on Prime Video.
Looking forward to that matchup regardless of what happens here. You're right. The Giants, who went into Carolina, gave them a game.
Beaten by a 63-yard field goal at the end of regulation. Here's Tiggs. What a catch, but a good tackle out on the edge by Malcolm Jenkins.
Well, I understand what Kirk Cousins was doing there. That was a running play, and the corner was so soft that he's just saying, hey, I can get this ball thrown out immediately. And it was like you said, it was a heck of a catch. And the Eagles recovered. It sure didn't look like they would. Darby was running out. But then you got Malcolm Jenkins, who is trying to fly underneath that. He's the underneath coverage. Makes a good open field tackle.
3rd down and 7. Pass is caught. Diggs short of the first down. Dragged down by Darby. And Doug Peterson will use his final timeout with 2:51 to go, and there's a player down in the secondary. With 2 being the second number,
Bear attacking
Jones
up there.
or Douglas, and it's Sidney Jones. Covering Aldrick Robinson.
They just got tangled up as Robinson was coming off the line of scrimmage, and now this will give Dan Bailey a little bit more time to think about this kick.
Remember, Sidney Jones was a guy who was projected as a high first-round pick when he came out of Washington a year ago, but a torn Achilles dropped him down to the second round, and the Eagles took a chance, let him develop, and that looked ugly. He did a somersault right after something went bad on that left leg. That means that timeout and the injury, Dan Bailey has more time to think about what's been a rough day. Missed from 28. He's missed from 45. This would be 52. Good to see Sidney able to get up and walk off the field under his own power.
Well, this is well within his range. His longest is just 56 yards, but he could probably make it from 70. I mean, he's got a strong leg, but the distance has not been the issue.
Vikings end up getting a win here in Philadelphia as the longtime Dallas Cowboy visits his former division rival, the Philadelphia Eagles, and hits from 52.
Well, that was a clutch kick. It's a kick that he's made many, many times throughout his career, and it will make, as you said, Mike Zimmer forget about a couple of those misses. And now this defense, of course, with a 2-possession lead, will go out and see if they can't make a stop.
Bailey is now 28 of 41 in his career from 50 or more, and he's able to exhale and smile. And at the end of a huge field goal to lead by 9. Clutch kick at the end of a clutch drive. 11 plays, 55 yards, and almost 6.5 minutes off the clock.
And you just wonder if Carson Wentz is going to have enough time in the pocket to deliver the football and get some of the chunks that he's going to need to get.
He's been under pressure all day. Hit a lot. And there's the big one. It went down as a fumble and a return of 64 yards by Linval Joseph, forced by Stephen Weatherly.
Yeah, and give Kirk Cousins and that offense and John DeFilippo credit. You know, like I talked about, you have a 1-possession lead, and you have the ability with the ball in your hands to take time off the clock and extend that to 2 possessions, and they were able to do it. The Eagles were not able to make a stop. They got the running game going a little bit more than they had, and it was good execution on their part.
Wentz will fall forward for an Eagles first down. We'll give you bonus coverage eventually of this good one in Seattle. 31-30 Seahawks over the Rams at the moment. Passes to the tight end Ertz for another first down.
Fox just dropped. I lost the game.
Dad, where are you?
I'm orbiting planet Chicago.
Shouldn't you be weightless?
What? Well, I'm going out for a spacewalk.
You want to stay close to home, even when you're away. We help your money keep up. Visa, everywhere you want to be.
Look around. With artificial intelligence, we are not crawling or walking. We are flying. Microsoft AI helps an architect bring history back to life. This is now. AI helps farmers grow more food with less resources.
You're back.
An engineer explores how AI
I got what you asked
can help
for.
the deaf
Who is
see
this
sound.
Alexia?
Innovation
This is the
creates tomorrow.
Mystios who's going
And
to
tomorrow
reignite that
is here
spark, my love.
today.
Oh no! We've been through this. I can't satisfy you anymore.
Not long
You're
ago,
going to
Rhonda
kill me
started
with
here.
your lust.
Nonsense.
And then more
I'm
jobs
going
began
make
to
you an
appear.
elixir that will give you the
These
vigor
techs
of
in
a
a
man
lab,
a fraction of your age.
this builder in a hard hat, the welders and electricians who do all of that. The diner staffed up because they all needed lunch. Teachers, doctors, jobs grew up.
Your husband is tired.
What started with one
Allow
job
me to
spread all
satisfy your
around.
hunger.
Because
I've never
each job
been
and
with a
energy
mercenary
creates many
before.
more in this town.
Very well.
Energy
Let's see what you're
lives
made
here.
of.
A little too quiet in here. It gives me the willies.
I mean, I had to do it, folks.
Bad Times at the El Royale is the best thriller in years. Daring and original. 4 stars.
You do know something, don't you?
Bad Times at the El Royale. Rated R. Friday.
That should hold her for a few days at least.
Take this as payment. You more than earned it.
NASCAR Race Up, weeknight, 6 p.m. Eastern on FS1.
First things first, weekday mornings on FS1.
Today's game is sponsored by McDonald's new Trick Treat Win game. No purchase necessary.
Let's see Oracle.
Vikings trying to win here on America's Game of the Week the way they won during the regular season last year. When defensively they allowed less than 16 points a game.
So Baba Yaga is
Been a different
broadcast.
story so far this
Playing
season, but a
FIFA.
good effort here today. 2nd down and 6. A glimmer of hope left for the Eagles. There's Ertz all alone in the middle of the field to the 30.
Well, the Vikings are only rushing 4. They got 7 guys really deep, and they're giving up those throws. So they need
No
2
timeouts
possessions.
left.
It's a 2-possession game,
Brutal.
and you wonder at what point do they decide we're going to go for the field goal, onside kick, and all that. But they're giving up everything in the middle of the field.
There's another one, Ertz left alone, and he's going to slide to the 15.
That's smart. You hear Wentz saying clock, clock, stop the clock, and then give yourself a chance to take a shot into the end zone and preserve some time.
So some of these have kept saying they're expired, and certain times they'll come off they're not. So I did the which one. I'm gonna do this guy real quick.
Along the lines with you, at some point that decision becomes very real for Doug Peterson.
I think so. I think you take a shot here and try
You're
to
the one who left the message on the board. What's going on?
I have so many soldiers asking for blessing cloths, but the roads are so dangerous, I can't possibly deliver them.
Blessing cloths?
I write out the blessings of the gods, and you wear them next to your skin to protect yourself in battle. I'm surprised you don't carry one yourself. Anyway, if the roads weren't overrun with bandits, I could get this to the people who wanted them.
Just do.
I need the money,
Here's one
but I don't want to risk my own neck.
Broken up. And a flag is thrown in the end zone.
And you're hoping
Ertz
I'll
came
kill all the
down.
bandits.
No, just deliver it safely.
They're going to call hit on a defenseless receiver based on the...
All right, I'm in.
Thank you.
Sendejo,
You
he's been
saved
called
me.
a few times.
Get it, stranger.
Unnecessary roughness. 34 on the defense. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
You know, he leads with the helmet, Joe. It's a helmet-to-helmet contact right there, and You know, like I said, he's been fined, he's been suspended.
That's why you get these fast travel points, folks. If you're doing contracts, you rip around the map pretty quick. Minus low
Like
downs.
we've talked about, doesn't matter if it's helmet to helmet or into the back or wherever it is. It's a penalty, and now
it's 1st and goal from the 7. Coming up, the OT presented by Lowe's. Let's see what the Eagles can do here. Either way, they're going to need a successful onside kick. End zone, and what a catch by Zach Ertz. Touchdown, Eagles. With 1:09 to go.
Mike Hughes, the rookie, number 21, is in coverage on Ertz, and that's good coverage.
Nice catch.
I don't know what more he can do.
Nice catch, Zach Ertz. Or is that the other guy, the new dude? Oh, that's Ertzy. If there's ever a doubt. That's going to hurt.
It's outstanding ball placement by Carson Wentz.
The physician said you'd be needing this.
Yeah, big extra point here.
Just
to
what
make
I need.
2-point
Take
game.
this for your trouble, mistress.
Eagles just went 75 yards in 98 seconds to have hope.
And he missed it. Oh, he got it. All right,
Just sneaks it in. Beautiful throw from Carson Wentz.
Well, he was able to have some time in the pocket, and he goes to the guy who he has total confidence and trust in. He's made a lot of plays like this over his career, and he's made them for Carson Wentz. He went to him on both of those last 2 throws when they were taking the shots into the end zone, and Ertz comes down with that one. That's big time.
Well, if you're wondering about the upcoming onside kick, Jake Elliott in his young career, it's his 2nd year, is 1 for 1 on onside kicks. He'll need one to be successful here to have a chance to go down and win it.
Yeah, and then you look at this onside kick, and the rules have changed as to how you can align these guys. There's got to be 5 guys on each side of the kicker, and 2 have to be outside the numbers. So you've got the 2 here, and you've got the 2 here, and used to you could overload a side and do all kinds of things, but they've made it a little more challenging for these teams that are trying to recover an onside kick.
It all comes down to this live football. And the Vikings have it. It looked like Adam Thielen had the best shot at it for Minnesota. They've already said Viking football. It was an early call, and it belongs to Thielen.
Oh yeah, he definitely hurt himself there.
Hey, this is not easy to do with the ball bouncing like that. And Thielen doesn't get on it right away, but he goes right for it. That's an outstanding job, almost like a shortstop, just keeping the ball in front of him and makes a play and then smothers it.
Ella.
Of all the players you and I have had a chance to meet over the years, Thielen is right toward the top of the list as far as a guy that was overlooked. You know, you said, what was the knock on you coming out of college? You said, I had no knock. Nobody even looked at me.
Nice win for the Vikings.
4.40 or something. Normally, if you have that kind of speed, you know, somebody is drafting you, and you're right. You said, there was no knock on me. Shoot, nobody would offer him anything.
Born in Minnesota, went to college in Minnesota, plays for the Vikings, and has another 100-yard game, and the first in the history of the league to have 5 straight 100-yard receiving games to start a season. The Eagles made it close, a 2-point game, but 1 more snap, and that's it. And the Vikings will move to 2-1, and the Eagles, who would still be my pick in the NFC East, will go to 2-3. But Thielen did everything he could. And a hard-fought win here on the road in Philadelphia. 23-21 is the final. Brief meeting between Mike Zimmer and Doug Peterson. We'll be back after this. Vikings back at 500.
NASCAR Race Up, weeknight, 6 p.m. Eastern on FS1.
First things first, weekday mornings on FS1.
How you doing? Our show has a great mix of heart and humor. Hot Topics brings us all together. So grab a snack and come on back.
Weekdays at 11 on Fox 5.
Woodblock Cowherd.
Here is today's Domino's stat tracker. Kirk Cousins, you see his day. He's now 5-3 in his career against Philadelphia. The former Redskin has averaged over 300 yards passing over those 8 games. Wendell Smallwood, a big game out of the backfield for Philadelphia. And Adam Thielen, another 100-yard day. The studio is coming up. What a game. Vikings win it by 2. Studio and the OT now.
All right, we're going to hold off on the OT for just a bit and get you some bonus coverage. Seattle and the Rams in a close one down the stretch. 2 minutes left, 33-31. Rams trying to hold on to guys while we wait. Let's talk about this. Joe Buck talked about it a little bit, and I'll ask you, Howie. At 2-3, he doesn't think Philadelphia is out of it specifically because of the division they play in, but certainly not playing the way they want to play right now.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And it's missing on defense. It's missing on offense at key points in the game. Carson Wentz has certainly been under more pressure than I think the Eagles are typically allowing their quarterback to get hit. Hats off to Minnesota, and hats off to Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins was and has been outstanding. He's been everything that they talked about coming in. The reason why they paid him all that money is to see Carson Wentz here under siege for most of the day. Not a lot of sacks, but under pressure, hit, knocked down quite a bit, I think in double digits. That's a problem they need to address. The run game hasn't been as consistent, and the wide receiving core is just starting to round up. I think it's a team that can kind of catch their stride as the year goes on. Unfortunately, they're in a division where no one's running away with it.
I mean, you talked about the defense, you talked about the offense. What else is there to say?
Let's talk about Minnesota and how this is a big comeback game for them.
Yeah, go ahead, Tony. I'm sorry.
Well, I think
if you look at
Minnesota,
with Kirk Cousins, you talk about him, but what about Adam Thielen, the wide receiver?
There you
go. I think he starts.
They won't ask any questions. Best keep out of sight.
Victory! I'll kill you for bullshit! Aspolian Belisti, è prêt!
here. They're finally going to pay us our drachmi.
Tutu! Passe!
Mind you, he did say that last time. All right.
Αθωότατο σημείο. Διατίαμε. Thank you, Misthios. Yeah! Hey!
Careful.
Just die! You don't belong! Stop! Yeah! You're going straight to us!
Let's get a move on. Okay. How'd they get here? Let's take a look. Yes, they're not suffering anymore.
Hey! Let's fight! Shit! Got to smother it! Ah, gods! Burns! Ah.
Why are these still, like... I've done these before. Alright, so I haven't done that one before. Sorry, folks. Alright, so where's this thing now? Off to the right. It's right there. Alright. Let's go kill a bunch of... And it looks like a ton of cultists. 7 cultist guards.
Will be well defended.
What the So this looks like fun. just fucking try.
You should have.
I can make this quickly. Die before you bleed all over. Put up on flame. Oh no 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 no.
Yeah, that sucked. So the shield doesn't work. So go on second wind. Where's that lance one that like throws the lance?
They'll keep a sharp watch here.
Who's over there?
Come on, man. Are you serious with this shit? How did she kill me so fast? Oh. I just want to kill these two camps. Get out of here. Brutal.
There'll be trouble if I'm spotted here.
Μη πείσεις με εκτός ομιλήν.
Come on, man.
I can smell that Malak. Death is coming for you, Elpinor.
What a shame. We would have made you rich before we killed you. Don't take it personally, Mistios. Your mother's the one we really Don't fight it. The cult always gets what it wants. We already have Demos. We'll find your mother and you'll be dead.
Killing me is a mistake.
Trusting you on Kefalonia was a mistake.
I am the reason you left that island alive. The cult wanted you dead.
What cult? Where are they? The small shard I found on Elpinor is like nothing I've ever seen. Might come in handy. They'll be on high alert here.
Vultures eating. That's just disturbing. Just call it what it is.
Come on. I should try to stay out of sight. The madmen of Prometheus. If only Athena could breathe life into them.
This time he won't escape!
They'll be watching for me. I need to be careful.
Well, that wasn't what I expected, or wanted to do, quite frankly. Find me in a bowl of olives, he said. interest. If you slip beside the leader's house in Pilgrim's Landing, you can find me in a large bowl of olives. This is Pilgrim's Landing, is it not? Yes, it is. If you slip between...
Είδα την άδινα αμενών αν παρέχει μη προμήθεια άλατος και την άλλον φέρει να χτύπα. Δεν πω ποτέ από
Welcome. Done. Goodbye, then.
Many thanks, Mistios. This will not soon be forgotten.
Get it? See you later.
The watch will be vigilant here.
Παγιάω πίσω!
Ο σύζυγος ημών τέθηκε. Μη χρεολιτήσεων μια τριακάδα γελάδων. Και αγελάδε εξέφυγαν πτώματα θέρμης και καθοδόν εφτάτε
Get it out!
Can't fight!
Not so mighty now, are you?
That sucked.
Sì, Ali!
This game is huge. It's a lot to grind.
Yeah! Yeah! Ella! The Oracle is hiding inside. I'll finally get some answers. That's a lot of protection for the Pythia. Come on.
I'll skid you like a deer.
Fiere, is there something you need?
Yet another young man swore he would prove himself the sole person worthy of my affection.
That's... nice.
Maybe so, Misthios. But I don't think this one will return. The poor fool has gone line hunting. He's a good client. Would be a shame to lose him.
And you'd like me to protect him?
No harm can come to him.
I'll take care of it.
I am your debt.
Leave it to me.
Where's that coming from?
So putting him in corners often does the trick. I mean, I like getting a new bow, you know that. I'm just curious. 275, 260. We can do some shit with that.
Why won't you fall?
No! Guards!
I'm not here to hurt you. I just want answers.
The Pythia is a sacred vessel of the gods. People travel the world for my answers. But none of them would dare break into my home. Apollo's wrath will be cruel and swift.
Guards!
I'm looking for my family. And everywhere I go, people are either lying or trying to kill me. You're the first person who might have some answers.
But they'll kill me if I tell you.
Not if I get to them first. Help me, and no harm will come to you. I promise.
All right. But ask your questions quickly. The longer you're here, the more at risk we both are.
What is this cult of Cosmos?
They are the eyes that see, but go unseen.
Enough with the riddles. I want names.
I don't know. I swear. They hide behind masks and shrouds.
Why would you work for the cult?
I have no choice.
So, all those prophecies from the gods, all those people, you're paid to deceive them all?
Most want to know about love or death. I tell them what they want to hear. But when people want to know about war or politics, I'm paid very well to tell them what the cult wants them to hear.
Makes sense.
You said you saw me in your visions. What did you see?
There is an artifact under the Temple of Apollo. It reveals what only the gods should know.
You called me the child on the mountain.
The cult hunts a Spartan child who survived a terrible fall from Mount Aietos. The artifact revealed that child to be you.
You have an opportunity to do the right thing. Tell me where to find the cult. Tell me where they are, or we'll go find them together.
Beneath the Temple of Apollo there is an ancient chamber. I think they meet there. But without one of their cloaks and masks, you won't make it more than 2 steps inside.
Where can I find one of these cloaks and masks?
There is a man. He visits me from time to time, makes sure I'm well taken care of. I have the biggest house in the Hora of Delphi, yet he still offers drachmi for my troubles. Gives me the creeps.
What's his name?
Elpinor.
Elpinor? He's with the cult?
I can't be sure, but if he is, he would definitely have what you require.
I sent Elpinor to the underworld. I knew the mask I stripped from his corpse would come in handy.
May Apollo protect you.
I should tell Herodotus what the Pythia told me about the cult. Maybe he'll have some insight.
Well, what did the Pythia tell you?
The cult of Cosmos is hunting me, but I'm going to hunt them first. She told me they meet in a secret chamber under the Temple of Apollo.
So it's all true. If the cult has done anything, it's fooled this old man.
I've killed the first cultist, Elpinor, a snake I met in Kefalonia. His mask and cloak will get me inside the chamber.
So they're underneath the Temple of Apollo? Yes, by the cave of Yea. I think I know the place.
Find it, and I'll meet you there.
I'm going to save it right here, folks. That's going to end it for right now. I'll be back later tonight. I appreciate everyone checking out the stream, checking out the videos. Big fan of this game. Going to keep going with this right up to Red Dead. Mixing in with some Shadow. I'm going to start Shadow this week, I think. As always, appreciate the comments. Appreciate the views, the follows, and the subs. Look for me all across social media at Thundercracker3. Also, check out Hole in Wall Gaming. We got some stuff up. Working on more and more. All right, everybody. As always, have a great weekend and keep gaming. We'll see y'all next time. Or later tonight, hopefully.